name is Katie Kapka, and I'm the Inbound Marketing Manager here at e-tailz. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Amazon Attribution program, which is a revolutionary program Amazon released last year in 2019, and it allows us marketers to now attribute sales and other great metrics to our external efforts to drive traffic back to Amazon. So for the first time ever, we're able to create a trackable link through the attribution program back to an Amazon listing or an Amazon brand store that will enable us to actually get insight into how those Facebook ads or those social posts or influencer marketing campaigns are actually performing. So we'll walk through how to set up the program, as well as I'll show you around the program and how to really get into the everyday use of it. So let's get started. On this page, this is really where you will come to sign up. So you can see the URL right here, or you can just Google Amazon Attribution Program and you should end up on this page. You can see that it's still in beta, but it really is open to anybody who is brand registered on Amazon. So you can see here it's available for professional sellers enrolled in the brand registry program, and it is available through Vendor Central as well as Seller Central. Today we'll be going through the Seller Central portion of it just because that's what we use primarily. So you can see here, you'll come here, and if you're using Vendor Central, you'll use this form. For Seller Central users, you will click this button and be prompted to log into your Seller Central account and then go through a simple registration process. I believe that when we signed up last year, we did have a few days. We had to wait to be approved for it, and it was just a few days, but they might have gotten faster now. And then we'll walk through the rest of this in this demo. So I'm going to pop over to the Amazon Attribution Program. So right here, we only have this one account that we're using for all of e-tailz. But if you are maybe a brand that has a parent company with maybe you want to list things out here, we decided to list them out on the next level, which I'll show you. But this essentially is a dashboard view, and you can see it's really cool. You're able to adjust the date range, and it'll show you attributable purchases, click-throughs, so how many people clicked your attributable links, and then detailed page views. These are actually the number of listing views that the listings have received after somebody clicked an attributable link. So we'll dive more into those metrics, but and then of course sales. But you can just see here's a nice overview. You're able to adjust and add different types of columns to look at different metrics. I don't use this view a ton just because we have the one, but it can be great for some use cases. I do want to start off with this Manage tab. So here you're able to do a few different things. And while this loads, I do want to preface that every computer I've used the attribution program on has been very slow. So just bear with me if we have some slower load times. I promise it'll be worth it if you're really looking to get started on the attribution program. I hope that you find value in this demo. So you're able to do a few things from this Manage tab. So you're able to add users very easily. And so we have a few users in here that you'll see, and it's super easy if you want to add any colleagues, or if you're an agency and want to add some clients so they can pop in and look at their results. That's a great use of this section. So it's very easy to invite a user. You literally just type in their name, type in their email address, and hit save. So super easy, which makes it really, really nice for anybody who's setting this up for the first time. Also up here, there are different reports, which we'll go through in a bit. But for now, I'm going to hop back over to just the main page, and we'll dive into that first layer of the attribution program. So now we're back here to this page. I'm going to click into here. So while this loads, I'll briefly explain the different levels of the attribution program. The first level is orders. I like to say this is a lot like a campaign. So you would use an order for if you're launching a new product and you want to set up a campaign to do influencer marketing and social ads around that product launch. That could be one order. You can really separate it however you like. Maybe you want to do just all your products in one order and just work out of there. It's really however you want to set things up, and you'll have, depending on how you set it up, you'll have different levels of granularity. So what I recommend is keeping it to like a campaign structure. So that method, if you don't really run like seasonal campaigns or one-off campaigns like that, I would say you're fine with just one order. So I'll show you how to set up your first order. You could also do like one order for Instagram, one order for Facebook. It really depends on your goals and what you're trying to track. So here we are on the setting up an orders page. So we always manually create these orders, and that's what we'll do today. There is an option to upload a file to create orders, and I, to be honest, have not explored that much, but to my understanding, it is really used specifically for Google campaigns. So that is definitely something to look into if you're planning on using this for tracking Google ads. You will see all of the products. I mean, we have lots of products in our catalog, and so these are all of the products of brands that are brand registered in our catalog. And so what you can do here is you can select, if you have multiple brands, you're able to really select the brand that you're going to work with. So for today, we're going to work with this brand, Jump Off Joe. And right here, you can see that we have about 180 products for this brand. What we're doing in the order is essentially just adding any product that we want to be tracked. So for example, if I add just this one product here, and we set up an attributable link, we're directing, we're having an influencer direct back to this listing, and then perhaps they are not interested in this product, the customer who clicks through, but they're interested in these pajamas right here, and they convert on those. If this product is not within this order, it's not going to attribute anything. So I really like to add all products, like all 180 to the order, because even if I'm directing traffic to one listing and they convert on another, I still want to see that. So it's just really widening the scope of the data you're able to collect. So for this purpose, we are going to add all products to this order. So it's super easy. You can hit add all on this page. And that's added, and I just want to note that's added these 50 on this page. I have learned from experience that you have to go through and actually add each page individually. And so we'll go to the next page, add those, and we'll do that throughout all of the pages. And there we've added, you could see we have added all the products, 176, to this order. So really this is the initial setup, and I recommend adding all products to the order. But really, if you are focusing on a product launch maybe, and you really just want to report granularly on that, it might make sense in that use case to add just your product you're specifically advertising. Then you just enter a name, so really whatever you'd like. One thing is once you create an order, there's currently no way to delete it. So for today, I'm not going to actually create this order. But if we were, you would just hit continue to line items. And line items is really that next layer of the attribution program, and that's where a lot of the nitty-gritty happens. So we'll dive into that next. So now that we're back at the order level, we're going to click in, let's say we just created this one. We're going to click in and use this one for today's purposes. So now we're here at the line item level. So really the line item is one line item is one product or one link. So the way we've set this up, I will note we have created a lot of different tracking links here. So it may look a bit messy, but I'm hoping that they come up with a better way to help us organize these things. But if you're being really granular, this is what your line items will look like. So we're going to go ahead and just create one. So we'll start from scratch. So that'll really be the first step, is just to hit new line item. And now right here, what we will do is we'll name this line item. So I have this product up that we'll use as an example. It's this crib sheet. And so I'm going to copy the link. Something to note is in the URL, you really don't need anything after the ASIN. So that's all just tracking stuff if it's there. So I always just like to start here and copy that portion of it. So you're either going to you can really grab a link from anywhere on Amazon. So whether it's a listing or you can even do a brand store too. So it really depends on where you want to link your traffic to. My recommendation is if you have an influencer or a social ad talking about a specific product, you link right to that listing that they're talking about. We've seen conversion rates are a little higher on that with that method just because they're looking for a specific product. And so they're being linked right here, which can help with conversion rate. But if you are having an influencer or a social ad that's talking about the brand as a whole, I think it makes sense to link them back to the brand store. And same here, if you're grabbing this link, you really don't need anything after the question mark. So all of that is just tracking. You can just grab that and that'll link to the brand store. But for today, we're going to stick with that listing URL, and we're going to plug it right into the attribution program right here. This is the click-through URL. So it's the destination URL of the ad when a user clicks through. There it is. And then of course we're going to name it. I'm just going to call this one test. And then the publisher, it is really just a label that you select. So let's say for this purpose, we are going to put this on Instagram. This is going to become an Instagram ad. You can scroll through and there's lots of different options, or you can just type it in Instagram. So really, I mean, from what I've seen, this is really just tracking. It really doesn't matter a whole lot from what I've noticed. It's kind of just a way to help you stay organized, is my understanding. So Instagram, and then it just automatically added that channel, which is social, so the ad type. And then you hit create. So now once I've hit create, it lands me on this page. And so you can see, here's the title I entered, the publisher, the click-through URL we plugged in. This is the gold. This is what you want right here. This is the attribution tag. You can see that what it's done is it's put the link that we plugged in, and then it's added all this tracking on the end. So that is what is going to pull results into the attribution program. So it works just like a UTM link if you've used those before. It's super simple. You just copy it and then you put it wherever you want. So put it in a social ad, give it to an influencer to promote and have them include it in their Instagram stories. We use it for a lot of our clients who we do social media management for. We will put it in the link in the bio. We'll put it in Facebook posts, really just to get traffic back to the listing or the brand store and be able to really look at results for that. If you're creating multiple links, it's super easy. You can clone this item and plug in a new link, and it's really easy. Or you can edit. Really all you can edit though, I believe, is the name. Yeah, so you're only able to edit the name after you've created that link, and there is no way to delete this link that you've created either. So just a little word of caution if you want to keep things clean, to be really sure before you create a link. So we're going to go and hop back over to the line item area. Now that we're back at the line item area, we'll take a look at analyzing results. So, if this was a new account, we would just have that one we had created. But again, this for today's purposes, we're using an existing account, and that way I'm going to have some good data to show you. So first thing, you can adjust which column metrics you want displayed. So let's say we want to do this one. It gives you a little description, and they've actually added quite a few of these. So this is pretty cool information to have. Okay, so we can adjust the date range. I'm going to adjust it to all time so we have some good metrics to look at. All right, So let's scroll down, take a look at some different things. Let's look at this one, for example. We ran a social ad for this product, and you can see it was Facebook social, the way we set it up. I'm going to scroll up so we can see the metrics. Okay, so this is the click-throughs column. Actually, I'm going to do this. You can sort by different metrics. So I just hit this click-throughs, and it's going to pull up. Okay, so here we are at the top. These are the highest. This is the highest line item in terms of click-throughs. So we've had 597 click-throughs. So those are people who clicked that link from the social ad. As you can see, not all of them actually ended up loading the page for a detailed page view. I'm not sure exactly what, like if there's a time that they need to load the page for, or like what Amazon's using to gather like who counts as a DPV. But I mean, the numbers look pretty reasonable to me. There might have been a little drop off of people who click or click accidentally or something like that. But 544 page views, so of the listing. And then let's see, DPV clicks. This is actually a new metric to me. It looks like the number of detailed page view conversions attributed to ad click-throughs. Okay, so it looks like those are the same number in this case. And then add to cart. This is actually a new metric as well. And it is the number of time people have added things to the cart. So that's really cool. And then, of course, we can see purchases, and then we could add a sales column too. And one. So 6 people added to the cart and 1 purchase. So really, really granular data and insight that you're able to look at. You're able to look at it by time range too, or date range, which is not always something Amazon provides. So this is really, really just a ton of data. So you can think of all the possibilities, say you want to, try different social ad tactics, or, try and test Facebook versus Instagram, which one drives more click-throughs and which one drives more sales. And so there's so much testing that you can do through this attribution program. I think it's just such a, an underrated tool for anybody using Amazon or selling on Amazon. So that is really the nuts and bolts of setting up the attribution program, setting up your first order and your line item. And it's really just the beginning. There's so much testing you can do. And I hope that you found value in this today. And I hope that you really get testing. One more thing before we go today, I want to show you the report center so you can actually get even more granular with your reporting. So here in the report center, you're able to schedule reports. You're able to run them as a one-time report, or you can schedule them to run weekly. So let's try and do one of those real quick. So I am going to run this performance report on that Jump Off Joe brand. So these reports come in handy, especially if you have clients that you're running advertising for. You can schedule them to literally just be automatically sent to them. So you're able to plug in different recipients. Where did that go? Right here. If you want to include you and others, you can just plug in your clients' email addresses, and it'll trigger maybe like every 7 days to them. So here we're going to select that order that we were working in, the Jump Off Joe order. Let's say we want to run a report for the last 30 days. We can name the report. I'm just going to call it test for this instance. I'm going to, for this purpose, just send this report to myself. And I can schedule it, or I can run it now. So here you can schedule it weekly, on a certain day of the week, monthly, or just a single instance you can schedule it for. We're just going to run this report right now though. Okay, so now here I have my test report, and there's a few different things you can do. So here you can edit the report, you can download the latest. So that's really what we're going to want to look at is what are the results. So here's the downloaded report. You're able to see these are the different line items on each row, and it is reporting those metrics that we had added to, actually it looks like these are preset metrics that came in this report. So here it looks like this tab is the summary. So here's lots of good information, the page views, units sold, sales, and then here it looks like there is even on this tab, yeah, here is every single line item. So very detailed. And then it looks like we even have a daily performance, so each day. So really great breakdown. Your clients will never ask you for more detail than this. Really, really great tool there. And that concludes our demo and training today for the Amazon Attribution program. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to us at e-tailz.com or comment on the video. We're happy to answer those, guide you through this, help set you up, whatever you need. It's such a great tool, and we firmly believe in it. And we're going to continue using it to test and help our partners drive the best results and really run the most meaningful campaigns that they can. So thank you so much for your time today.